Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members. Chaos Wolf and welcome back to Refuel with Wulff. The series that originally started out as a Q&A series, but has eventually, over time, gone and matured and mutated into something completely different. And I'm not entirely convinced it's that far away from developing sentience all of its own. But anyway, it's been a while since I've gone and made one of these episodes. In fact, it's been about 2 months, maybe more. So I think it's about time that I actually get back and start doing this again regularly. But I have been putting it off a little bit, and I really shouldn't be doing that. So what's been happening over the last few weeks? Well, the biggest news that I can think of is that Frontier have gone and announced when Elite Dangerous patch 2.3 is going to be released. And, well, it's patch 2.3 and patch 1.8 at the same time if you don't own Horizons. Now, when this is actually going to go and be released is the week ending the 16th of April, so we've got less than 2 weeks until this goes live. And because they said the week ending the 16th, this could literally be any day of that week. So I'm kind of guessing that it's going to be airing towards the end of the week rather than the beginning of the week. But what's going to be happening as well is they're going to be having a live stream, basically playing on the beta in open play, I think, where they're basically going to be having developers coming along on and talking about stuff. Basically, the beta is going to be up until 2.3 goes live on the live servers. So if you've got beta access, you can at least go and play still whilst the update is happening. If not, then yeah, you're fresh out of luck, unfortunately. Not only that, but there's been a few more paint jobs been released over the last couple of weeks, mainly more pirate paint jobs. Not just the red ones that we had previously, but the multicoloured packs. So you're going to be able to choose what colours you paint your ships. But then again, from one of the trailers that they actually went and showed, Frontier went and showed even, we could see that they're going to have new ship kits, ones that make the ships look all spiky and reavery. Now when I say reavers, I'm not thinking of Mass Effect, if that's Reapers or Reavers, I don't remember which one that actually is. But from Firefly, or more specifically the movie Serenity, where you can see all the ships are all spiked up and everything. So that's what we've got to look forward to. And I am actually looking forward to that. Not only that, but I'm really looking forward to the character creator to go and be able to make myself in the game on the live servers. Now, I did do this on the beta server, but I'm not 100% happy with how I look there. Plus, I do have to go and modify that a little way as well, because that's moving us on to the next point of things that have happened, because I went and did a thing. Yeah, you may have guessed it, but I've actually gone and cut my hair. Because originally I actually had the Viking do, like long hair tied back in a ponytail but with the sides shaved off. Now I'm still virtually exactly the same, just minus the ponytail. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a go because the missus was hinting for quite a while that she wanted me to cut my hair. And you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. But I thought I'd give it a go anyway. Mainly because I know that my hair grows really quick. So that if I'm not happy with it and I get annoyed with it, I can actually just grow it back fairly quickly. So it shouldn't be a big problem. It should only take me like about a couple of months actually to be able to grow it back to a point where I can put it back in a ponytail. So yeah, that happened. And I actually just tied the ponytail back, just snipped it off myself. And then went to the barbers to actually get it neatened up. And what I'm thinking is I'm actually going to go and donate the ponytail itself to the leukemia, one of these leukemia foundations or something. Because what they do, apparently they do with it is they make wigs for like kids or something. So hopefully it's going to be put to some good use, and it's going to have been something more coming out of it rather than just keeping the wife happy with cutting the hair off. So yeah, that's that. That happened. Now what else has happened these weeks? Overwatch saw an update. We actually got a new character in the game. We actually got Odessa. Now, I've had a go of her. She's actually a lot of fun to play, but she is very difficult to use. Not because she is a high skill cap hero, hell no. No, it's just mainly the fact that as the memes are starting to roll out, you'll discover that she's got a head hitbox larger than the Death Star 2. So yeah, it's really difficult to try and stay alive with it if you're on the attacking team or on the defending team, really, even. So she's fun to play because she's got like a little mini graviton where she can pull people towards it briefly. She can put down a little bunker, ults a little bongo that you put down, and it goes and boosts the damage to all your teammates, which is great. Problem is, though, as like I said, she just doesn't survive very long. Now, I spent a while trying to make her work on the map, but it just really wouldn't work at all. I still think that the main tank, Reinhardt, the German tank, he's not going anywhere. So yeah, there's that. What else? Oh yeah, apparently Star Citizen has gone and had an update, and I'm hoping this is the one that's supposed to be fixing the frame rate issues. Because if it is, then I'm going to be going in and having more of a look at this. Because all I've done is played it to like the briefest of brief extents. Because I've tried to give it a go. But even with my system, you can see the specs down at the bottom of the video description. You can see that the system is no slouch, but it really struggles with Star Citizen. And according to a lot of people, it was a server issue. Now I'm hoping that this is the patch that's supposed to go and fix that. Because I think it's 2.4.9 or something? The alpha patch or something? Because I still get annoyed with this, because this game is still in pre-alpha. And yet they're patching it as like... client version is 2.6.2, apparently. They're kind of numbering it as if it's a full release with its second update, its second expansion. And this just grates on my nerves so badly. But, I don't know. I think it's just that I've got a bit of a negative association with Star Citizen. I really want to try and get past this. Now, the reason I've got a negative association is because I really do not like the way they went and funded themselves, but I'm not going to get into that too much here. Because I know that there's a bunch of people that do actually like Star Citizen, and I do want to give it a go. But as soon as it starts playing nice with my hardware, I can't really go and do that. Hopefully, after this update, I'm going to be updating this overnight while I go to bed. Hopefully, it will actually be able to do that. So that'll be interesting to see. So hopefully, watch this space. We should be seeing some Star Citizen content on this channel soon. Now, as soon as I start getting the ability to actually go and do Star Citizen, I do actually want to go and do some collaborations with a Star Citizen YouTuber. Now, he's not exactly the largest of YouTubers, but he's a great guy. And I really want to go and do some work with him. He's actually called The Games. Now, you've probably heard of him before, because I've mentioned him previously. But I do actually want to go and do some work with him, both in Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous. Because he's actually more of a Star Citizen YouTube channel that occasionally dabbles in Elite Dangerous. He does other things like Hearthstone and so on, things that I'm generally... The other things that he does on the side of his channel are things that I'm generally not interested in. But I like his Elite Dangerous content, although when I did actually go and watch his pirate tutorial, I facepalmed so hard. He got the fundamentals right, but just the execution of so many things that he did were just so inefficient, let's go and say. As soon as he got to his fire groups, I had to stop the video and go and make my own and just correct all the things that were triggering me. Now he knows about this. We've actually talked about this and had a good laugh about it. But because I called mine the Ultimate Piracy Tutorial, and I'm trying to remember what he called his. I think he called his the Complete Pirate Tutorial, so they're roughly the same kind of thing. And we actually use a roughly similar kind of thumbnail on the front. They both got a picture of Archon Delane. So that's kind of amusing. But I'm getting sidetracked. So yes, hopefully, keep your eyes peeled. We should be seeing some Star Citizen content, because I'm really hoping that it's going to shape up to be a good game. Now, like everyone knows, there's some controversy over Star Citizen and its funding and development cycle. Now, I think the main problem with the development of Star Citizen is they're literally trying to give you everything all at once. I think what this is doing is basically making a lot more work for themselves and making it a lot more difficult to get the game out the door in any good fashion. I really think that the way Elite Dangerous went about it and actually did it like in a modular kind of fashion, start off with the base game and then add on more modules as you go, like you get the SRVs, planetary landing, ship launched fighters. Now we're getting multi-crew, the Commander Creator, or Hollow Me as it's called in game, and it's all building towards the final product once all of these are out, and I think this is the best way of doing it. The only issue I see with this is sometimes it does feel like the development cycle is a little bit slower than I'd like, but they do polish everything to a good amount, and they do actually go and revisit and revise a lot of previous patches to go and tweak and try and make it work better. I mean, a big example of this is the Engineers. When Engineers first went and released, it was about 10 times harder to go and get an individual module on your ship upgraded through a combination of more materials, the fact that you needed cargo to actually go and get this upgrade made, and the fact that it took more to actually go. It took a lot more effort to go and rank up with the Engineers. Now, as long as you've got the materials, you can go and rank up with an Engineer all the way from introduction to grade 5 in about half an hour. It's not hard at all. And those that are saying it's hard, they're just being stubborn, really, because it's super easy. I mean, you get most of the stuff just through playing the game, as long as you actually make a concerted effort to actually, not even a concerted effort, as long as you even make a minimal effort, really, I should say, to go and pick up the materials. Eventually, you'll just have enough to go and roll loads of times to the gods of RNG. So yeah, it's not as bad as people expect. Now, the RNG element is really annoying still, because you can have like a grade 2 or a grade 3 roll, eventually work your way up through grinding that to grade 5. I mean, you don't have to grind it, you can roll through it quite easily as long as you have the specific materials you need. But if you don't, you can just roll a lot of lower ones to get all the way up. It'll just take a bit longer, or a lot longer even. And the issue is that if you've got a good roll on a lower tier upgrade, the higher tier upgrade can actually come out worse than your lower grade. And that just does not make sense. It should be a really rare occurrence that happens, but it happens with startling regularity, which aggravates me no end. Because if you're putting rarer materials in, you should be getting a better result. Now, I have no problem with having it be more, to actually put more materials in to get a better roll, or even get a better outcome, as long as it's not quite so heavily involved in RNG. But at the end of the day, it's part of the game, so I'm just going to have to deal with it, which is fine. And to be perfectly honest, I do enjoy actually modifying my ships in-game, on the live server as well as on the beta server, because on the beta server it's just really easy. The amount of things I've made on the beta server is ridiculous. But yeah, what else has happened recently? Oh yeah, a few things in real life actually. About a week ago or so, my washing machine actually went and conked out. For some reason, I went to start to do a load of washing and put the washing in, put the liquid and everything in. Tried to start it off. All it did is made a grinding noise at me. It was like you've neglected me for too long, kind of deal. So yeah, we ended up having to go and buy our first washing machine ever. Because the washing machine that went and conked out didn't actually belong to us, that belonged to the landlord, because it was here when we moved in. But we haven't even bothered telling the landlord yet that it's conked out, because we're just going to bought our own now. And it's absolutely awesome. It's like a really, really nice one. It's a washer-dryer combo. It's the first time I've had one for a long time. Well, actually, it's the first time I've had one since I lived in London. And that's getting on to 10 years ago. Wow. Because I've lived in Norway now for a little over 5 years, I think. Wow, time really does fly. But yeah, it's a great little one. I mean, I put it I started to load off and set it to wash and dry, and it goes, oh, calibrating the load. I'm like, wait, what? It was actually weighing the load to see how long it would take to wash it, well, with the dryer. So that was awesome. I know you guys didn't come here to listen to about how I went and got a new dryer and how awesome it is. But it's just weird because I feel a little bit more grown up because it's the first time I've ever actually bought a big appliance properly. I've always ever moved into a place that had one as owned by the landlord. Well, this is the first time I've actually owned my own, and we went all out with it. But yeah, what else? Oh yeah, I went to the movies the other day, and I went to go and see Logan. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to put any spoilers here at the moment. I'm just going to say what I thought about it. Now, overall, the movie was a good movie, but I didn't really like it. I've got to say, lots of people are singing its praises, and I'm there going, well, I didn't really like it as much as I could have done. And a lot of you there are going, wow, how could you not like it, Chaos? Well, let me give you some context. X23 is actually my favourite character one of my favourite characters in all of Marvel. She's kind of borderlined with War Machine, Iron Man and Spider-Man. And the original Wolverine as well, but to a lesser degree. And I love the fact that in the comics that she's actually the new Wolverine. And the original Wolverine's now just known as Old Man Logan. And I love the way it is, and I love the fact that it's a little bit more kind of light-hearted in a way. And because the thing is, the all-new, all-different Marvel actually went and got me back into reading comics again. Because before that, I just didn't. I just stopped reading comics years ago. And reading up, because I loved the original X23 series, because if you don't know about the history of X23, she was actually created in, I think it was Wolverine and the X-Men, the TV series back in the day. And she proved so popular, they actually moved her over into the comics. And they were originally like a bunch of so many issue miniseries with her. And they were so amazingly well written. And the characters were just so well done that I fell in love with the character. She's a really broken character to start with. And throughout the years that she's been around, she's actually kind of healed and becoming a more complete character. She starts off as nothing more than a living weapon. And eventually transitions to be more and more human. Which is amazing. I just love her whole story arc. And the thing is that the X23 in Logan is basically only X23 in name and abilities. She's got the same claw setup, 2 in her hands and 1 in her feet, which I think is awesome because that's one of the things I really like for X23 over Logan, over the original Wolverine, is that all 4 of her limbs are actually deadly weapons, more so than with Logan. But I just really prefer the way X23 was set up. But just don't have her character. Her character is completely different. Her backstory is completely different. And I really didn't like it. But one of the things I will say for the movie, one thing that really blew me away, is absolutely amazing, are the fight scenes. They nailed the fight scenes amazingly. Now, you do get the occasional feeling that they're trying a bit too hard to be R-rated, and they're trying to over R-rate Deadpool. But it's a learning process for movies like this, especially with Fox. Because, let's be honest, a Fox executive doesn't know what's popular unless... They wouldn't know what was popular if he came up and smacked him in the face. Let's be honest. They generally take away the wrong thing from popular movies. You know, I've probably already said too much as it is, and people are already writing angry messages down in the comments to me for spoiling the movie for them. But, yeah, oh well. That's what I thought about it. Overall, it's a good movie, but just that one character, I think it could have been so much better if they'd stuck a little bit closer to the comics. But, I mean, yeah, this is just me. This is just my personal view on it. I mean, a lot of people are really happy with it. And overall, the movie's got about 8 to 90% or something, maybe even more than 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it must have done something right. It's just me being a bit nitpicky, I suppose. But yeah, Oh yeah, another thing. I finally managed to fix the problems that I was having with the Solus project. Now, I know not all of you were actually that bothered with my Solus project playthrough, but more than enough of you were. I'm actually getting over 1,000 views with each of the videos. So it's enough to continue on with the series. Now, I've finally managed to go and fix it. I don't know what the hell. I'd say I fixed it. It kind of fixed itself. So I suspect what happened is the game had another update that went and fixed the issues. Now, what were the issues? Well, what they were was that my antivirus had all of a sudden decided that the game was malicious software. So I didn't know how to fix it. I tried to add an exception into the virus software. In fact, that might have actually worked. It just might have needed me to restart the computer in order for it to actually take effect. Because I don't actually restart this computer all that often, for the simple fact that I'm usually uploading overnight, because my internet upload's so slow I can't upload in the day. Because whenever I'm uploading, the rest of the internet to the rest of the house dies. So it has to be just done overnight. Which makes it very difficult to work to a schedule as well, which I'd really like to do. I'm really looking forward to one day just moving out and being able to have better internet so I can do more reaction kind of videos. Not reaction videos insofar as like the Fine Brothers or that kind of crap. No. Just reactionary videos, so on. Like if something happens, like if some news drops for a certain game that I'm following, I can let you guys know rather quickly. That'd be nice. But right now, even if I make like a 2-minute video, it takes over half an hour to upload, which is infuriatingly annoying. Because now that I've removed the bottleneck of my videos rendering slowly, the only bottleneck I've got left at the moment to bring videos to you is my upload speed. But unfortunately, that's not going to be changing anytime soon. I can't fix it. Because the only internet I've got here is a DSL line with a 1.2 meg upload, which is absolutely horrible. I feel like I'm living in the Stone Age almost. Even the smoke signal to be kind of faster than this. At least that's how it feels. But yeah, eventually one day we'll be able to go and get a better upload so I can actually get more videos out to you. That'll be nice. But changing the subject yet again, I've actually found out that I'm actually going up to nearly 26,000 subscribers. I'm only about 119 subscribers away at current check. So that's awesome. Really looking forward to going and hitting that. So I'm still growing, it's just nowhere near as fast as it was right at the beginning. Because I remember I went from about 1,000 subscribers to about 8,000 in a ridiculously small period of time. But yeah, no, this is great. I'm really happy that I'm still growing. I mean, I'm still putting videos out almost every day, apart from the last couple of days. There's a reason for that, and that's because, well, I'm currently off work for having some injuries to my shoulders. It seems like I've got a rotary cup injury in both my shoulders. One of them more than the other. And usually it's fine, but every so often it'll just flare into pain. And the last couple of days it's been doing it more than usual. And when it's in pain, I don't really feel like making videos. So unfortunately, I've just literally not done it. Couple that with getting a little bit more addicted to playing the Kerbal Space Program. Yes, that's something else I started playing. I've spent more time actually just mucking about in Kerbal Space Program and trying to get to grips with the mechanics more for my playthroughs. Because I love that game. It's absolutely amazing. I didn't really think I'd enjoy it as much as I have been. I actually purposely have been avoiding it for a long time. People in my TeamSpeak server in the Wulff pack, they've been trying to encourage me to play this game for a long time, and I only kind of gave in a little while ago because another one of the Wulff pack members, Geddy Gamer, he started his own YouTube channel. Well, he's had it for a while, but he's recently started putting more content up there, and a lot of it is Kerbal Space Program. He's already got 26 episodes up at last count, and it kind of just gave me a kick up the butt and go, right, and it even inspired me to go like, yes, I have to go and do that. I'm really enjoying it so far, and if you haven't tried it and you're on the fence, I recommend giving it a go. It is really good. Now, apparently a little while ago it was on sale for like half price or something. I don't know if it's still going. I doubt it, but it was. So if it's ever on sale and you ever feel like picking it up, just go for it. You won't regret it. But it's not exactly a pick up and play game. It is really complex. I think that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. It's like Elite Dangerous all over again. Because Elite Dangerous, there's no hand holding there. Well, there's a little bit more now than there used to be. Mainly because you can earn money a little bit faster. Well, a lot faster than you used to be able to. Because I remember when I first started playing, it took me a long time to go and earn my first million. But then they kept keeping and going and buffing all the ways of making money. I don't think they buffed trading. In fact, actually, trading's the only one that's actually been reduced in the amount of earning it can get. It's actually been nerfed because ever since the commodities market actually got linked to the background sim, at least this is what I believe. I don't know. I've been talking to people that did a lot of trading, but as soon as that happened, and it would go and change the states of the systems, and that would then go and change the prices in the commodities markets, it made it a lot harder to actually make money through trading. Because I remember back in the day making a lot of money through trading. I mean, I remember starting off trading in my Python. Because I think I went and did a little bit of exploring. I did a lot of combat back in the day. And I got all the way up to a Python with this. And then eventually thought, you know what? Python is the best medium-sized trade ship in the game. Well, actually, the Python's the best medium-sized anything ship in the game. Apart from jump rate, it's the one thing it kind of lags behind in. But even that can be modified out a bit now, so it's nowhere near as crippling as it used to be. So I went and traded up to a Type 9, and then I was in the Type 9 for about a week or so, until I went and bought myself an Anaconda. And then ever since then, my money just went and shot through the roof. It was ridiculous. Because the thing is, I still find it quite amusing because so many people still send me messages going, how the hell did you make so much money? And I'm thinking that, sitting there going, well, that's not even the full amount of money that I've got. If I look over at my total assets, so I'm on about 600 to 700 million at the moment, which is it's a drop in the ocean comparison to some commanders. Because I know a couple of commanders, especially in the Wulff pack, a couple of them at least, they've got billions of credits. It's ridiculous. Some have got like hundreds of billions, I think. So it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's like, yeah, I don't have that much free time to go and do that. In fact, if I did, I'd get really bored. And I think one of them actually goes and kind of just does the borderline exploity things until they get shut down. You know what? It was about this point that I realised that I'd gone on so much of a tangent that I'd forgotten what my original point was. I actually had to go and stop the recording, go back and listen to myself again just to figure out what the hell I was originally talking about. And I somehow managed to go on such a massive tangent from Elite Dangerous and Kerbal Space Program being very much the same now that they don't do much hand-holding, to talking about the in-game economy in Elite Dangerous, to how I went and traded up from a Python to an Anaconda. And wow, yeah. And by the time I'd finished my little tangent rant, I'd completely forgotten what I was talking about. So yeah, no, here we are back again. But yeah, no, in my Kerbal Space Program series so far, I've done quite a bit, in fact. I've gone and got ships into orbit. I've visited the moon. I visited the next planet out, which is Minmus. And I've even put a station into orbit. So, well, I say a station. It's a small science station with a refuel feature on it now. Though I'm not sure if the refuel feature has actually that part of the series has actually been released yet. So if so, minor spoiler for the next episode of Kerbal Space Program. I don't really remember. But yeah, no, I've really been enjoying that game. Not only that, but I've recently started watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine again. It's been absolute donkey's years since I watched that. And I know I'm constantly saying that I'm more of a Star Wars fan than a Star Trek fan, and that still holds true. But out of all the versions of Star Trek, I think Deep Space Nine was my favourite one, just because it was so different. Because it was actually on a space station rather than on a ship, and everything was kind of revolving around that story-wise. So, yeah. And over the last couple of weeks, I've already watched like about 2.5 seasons. And yes, I don't sit there and binge watch as much as some people do. I mean, a lot of people can go through a couple of seasons in a day. I can't do that. But you know what? I think this episode of Refuel with Wulff is basically getting ready to draw to a conclusion now, because I can't really think of anything more to talk about. I've meandered and waffled around so many topics right now, I can't really remember if there was anything else I wanted to talk about, because I'm completely useless and don't actually write anything down. I just have to sit here and think about things that's happened over the last couple of months, and that's all I can really remember. But yeah, no, put down in the comments things that you'd like me to talk about and things that you might want my viewpoint on. And if I remember, I'll go and talk about it in next month's episode of Refuel with Wulff. Because that's the thing, that I'll usually put off an episode of Refuel with Wulff if nothing interesting has happened. And then all of a sudden, like 20 or 30 interesting things happen all at once, and then I forget 90% of them for the next episode. So I really do need to start getting better at organising this. But I am terrible. Then again, I can blame this on being heavily dyslexic with massive memory problems. Because, like I'm extremely fond of saying, I'd forget my own name if people didn't shout it at me often enough. But yes, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. But anyway, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you, that's what the comments are for. And if you don't want to miss anything from my channel, go and hit that bell icon. You'll join the notification squad and you'll get notifications from whenever I release new videos. Because I know the YouTube subscription thing is a little bit buggered at the moment, so this is as good a way of any as keeping up to date with the content I'm putting out. Now apparently this is a bit bugged as well, and sometimes it will keep unchecking from you, so you need to go and just check it every so often and make sure it's still on there. But yeah, anyway, I've waffled on way too long. I've meandered through way too many topics. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Commander Chaos Wulff from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, my fellow Wolfpack members, keep flying and stay shiny.